You see, politics is such an interesting game, isn't it? When you blink your eye, before you open or close it, a lot of things have happened. So the governor of Sokoto State, who is the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, also responded. The governor he said that on the behalf of the Governors Forum of the PDP, they announced a donation of 100 million naira to the victims of the Tutuwada market fire incident in Zamfara State, while warning the All Progressives Congress to desist from poaching its governors. Well, tonight we have the spokesperson of the People's Democratic Party on the program, Ologbondiyan. He joins us from our Abuja studio. There have been crises in the southwest region of the party over the conduct of the Congress. The party says it has resolved to hold its Southwest Congress in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, on Monday, April the 12th. The Southwest Congress is scheduled for Monday, amidst all of the controversies in the Southwest, you've heard on this program, the former governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose, stands on what is happening in the Southwest region as long as PDP is concerned. What exactly is happening in the PDP? The conciliation move on one hand, issues of governors of the party leaving the party for the ruling APC. Let's get Mr. Ologbondiyan talking on this one. Thank you so much, Mr. Ologbondiyan. And let's get talking about what is happening in your party. Politics is a game of numbers. You, of all people, you know this by now. You've been in journalism for a long time before you venture into politics. So you understand that. And it appears your party is losing some of that. Ebonyi governor is gone to the APC. Governor Wike on this program has said that he knows of another PDP governor who is on the verge of leaving your party to the APC. Now you are working to keep Governor Matawale. Why are these governors leaving your party?
Thank you very much, Sheung, for having me. But let me make it abundantly clear to you that APC has failed in governance, and they have nothing to tell Nigerians. And because they have nothing to say to Nigerians, the only thing they are planning to showcase to Nigerians is to say that if you claim that we are not delivering, how come people are joining their party? But you must understand, Sheung, that it's politics. And as a result of that, the APC is blackmailing our governors. They are intimidating our governors. They are blackmailing Nigerians, irrespective of status, to come and join their party. But as far as the People's Democratic Party is concerned, I can assure you and truly assure Nigerians that we will do everything permissible within the electoral process and the law of our nation to keep our house in order and to ensure that none of our governors will be taken again. So,
You're saying that you're working so that none of your governors is leaving your party. But are you aware of the fact that maybe before the end of this week or sometimes in the coming days, that a strong member of your party, a governor that is leaving, and all plans have been set for him to be received in the other political party?
Well, Sheung, one thing that the APC is capitalizing on, and I'm sorry to say this, is the gullibility of Nigerians. And I say so clearly because in the last 6 months or over 6 months, we have been hearing rumor of, 10 governors will leave the PDP. We are going to reduce PDP to no governor at all. But in spite of all this, they have not been able to take any of our governors after the Ebonyi State Governor, Governor Dave Umahi, who left the party on his own accord. So having said that, Sheung, we are not going to bother ourselves as a political party. We will ensure, like I said earlier on, that our governors have full respect within the party, and they will also remain indoors to us, because it's only the People's Democratic Party that is working and talking governance as we speak. As you and I are speaking, the governors of of the People's Democratic Party are currently in Benue State. One, on peer review mechanisms. Two, to strategize on how to strengthen the People's Democratic Party, among other reasons. And you will know that it is only the People's Democratic Party governors that are commissioning projects. You are aware that even today, no fewer than 3 to 4 projects have been commissioned in Benue State. Wherever you turn to in Nigeria today, it is only PDP states that are functioning. They are the only ones interested in areas of governance. But the party who claim to be in government, what do you see? On a daily basis, they are not doing things that will affect the lives of Nigerians. Rather, they are engaging in political annihilation of the opposition political party. And the PDP has challenged the APC to a debate on several occasions. Let us compare notes. Come and showcase what your governors are doing. And let us showcase what our governors are doing. And let Nigerians judge. But they are interested in governance, having failed woefully in every ramification of governance.
We take a break. And when we return, Mr. Ologbondiyan will tell us there must be something wrong in the rank and file of the PDP because the governors are perhaps the biggest boys in that political party. For them to want to leave the PDP, something must be wrong. He's going to talk us through what is happening. And of course, there's a crisis in the southwest of the PDP. What exactly is happening? We'll hear from the PDP spokesperson after this break, everyone. Join us again.
Sunana Dr. Mukhtar Mohammed, ni ne National Incidents Manager for Presidential Task Force. Yau na karbi allurar rigakafi na cutan corona. Kuma ba ni kadai ba, dukkanmu waɗanda muke Presidential Task Force yau mun ɗauki wannan allura. Ina kiran jama'a da su duba su gani cewa wannan allura ba ta da wani illa ga mu da yanzu muka ɗauka. Dole ne jama'a mu ci gaba da kula da lafiyarmu, mu ci gaba da sanya takunkumi ko amawali na fuska, sannan mu ci gaba da rage cunkoso da kuma wanke hannuwanmu yadda ya kamata. Har sanda za mu samu kusan kashi 70 ko abin da ya fi haka na 'yan Najeriya su samu su yi wannan allura, shine za mu iya cewa mun kai ga gaci.
Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. The spokesperson of the People's Democratic Party, Nigeria's main opposition party, Mr. Ologbondiyan, is the one talking to us from our Abuja studio. Thank you so much, Mr. Ologbondiyan. Give us a sense of what is happening, because Nigerians are perhaps in any democracy, the opposition voice, civil society, and the media have some of the major pillars that hold any democracy. So opposition is very critical and very important. But give us a sense of what is happening in your party, because if the governors who are the leaders of your party in the state are wanting out, then something must be wrong.
Well, it's strange to me that you are saying that our governors are wanting out. And I've heard it over and over, people laying claims to governors leaving the People's Democratic Party. But I said in the beginning of this discourse that outside Governor Dave Umahi, no governor has left the People's Democratic Party. We cannot be functioning along the lines of rumor being perpetrated by our opponents, the All Progressives Congress. Which governor has left the PDP after Dave Umahi, who claim injustice, and who today, from reports that our party is finding out, is almost on the point of regret? So in which state has a governor left the party? All these are mind games by the All Progressives Congress. They will come around and tell Nigerians, oh, 10 governors are going to leave the PDP. Oh, 6 governors are going to leave the PDP. Where are the governors who has left? And for us in the People's Democratic Party, the leadership of the party and the various organs of the party are working closely to strengthen the party ahead of our off-season elections and ahead of the general election in 2023. So, having said that, the PDP is not going to dance to the tune of rumor mongers who are in APC. Rather, we will continue to work to ensure that our party remains united. And
so, Mr. Ologbondiyan, apologies to cutting,
yes,
because Nigerians need the truth. A lot of the times when you talk to politicians, we plead for the truth, because that's what our viewers want to hear. If you're saying that it's all rumors, what about, how do you explain the visit of the governors to Zamfara, to Gusau? Because your opposition are saying already that it's a desperate move to ensure that Governor Matawale does not leave.
So, which is not a desperate move. The sudden appearance of APC governors in Gusau and the donation of $50 million to the state governor, which is more desperate compared to members of our party who are also members of Governor Matawale's party visiting Zamfara to relate and to also consult with the governor of Zamfara State in respect of the fire incident in Tudunwada. Is it the APC who jumped out of his own party and suddenly mobilized almost all its governors and party apparatchik to Zamfara State, or the People's Democratic Party, where Matawale is a member and is having his due respect in the party? Who is more desperate? APC has failed woefully in every ramification. They have nothing to showcase to Nigerians as their achievements. All they want to do is to look around Nigeria and say, oh, even people who have left the PDP 10 years ago, they go and repackage them and say, oh, you see, this one has left. For us in the PDP, we are not going to dance to drums beaten by rumor mongers or desperate party apparatchik or even government apparatchik who are out to reduce the strength of the People's Democratic Party. We are not going to dance to their tunes.
Let's talk about the issues now.
To work as seriously.
Yeah, let's talk about the issues. Governor Dave Umahi, that's the person who has left recently that we know, and some of the things that he said, let's dwell a bit for a moment on that. He said that his region has been unfairly treated. And looking ahead of 2023, he doesn't have the trust in your party to be able to keep to his words. So the APC has accused your party of antics to disrupt the zoning arrangement your party popularized in Nigeria's politics. What zone would you say will be fair to turn the president to in 2023?
Sheung, I want to leave this with you and also leave it with Nigerians. Our party, the People's Democratic Party, is the most structured political party in Nigeria. We have a process of conducting our affairs, and nobody outside the political party called the People's Democratic Party will come and determine for us how we will conduct our affairs. On the issue of Governor Dave Umahi, it's been made abundantly clear in public space that he was driven by his own passion, not the interests of the Southeast. And I do not want to reopen old wounds, so I will leave that as it is. However, for APC to come around and saying that we are trying to affect the zoning arrangement that we created is rather unfortunate. And it's so glaringly and very clearly that they have no capacity to manage their affairs. And that's not a surprise to us in the People's Democratic Party, because they have never demonstrated any form of capacity in any way, either in governance or in party politics. But having said that, Sheung, on the issue of where the People's Democratic Party will face concerning zoning in 2023, at the fullness of time, the PDP, having discourse among the ranks and various organs of our political party will arrive at a decision. And when we so do, we'll make it public to Nigerians.
Because the reason why some people are raising this matter, especially even in your political party, I've had the debates over why your party will come now and say, oh, we want to tinker with the rotation arrangement, is the fact that that arrangement has been on the ground from 1999, and which has looked so much like an arrangement that is unwritten but agreed by a lot of the politicians in the country, and that's formed the basis by which people have voted people into office. So at this moment, would your party consider President Muhammadu Buhari, for example, who is from the northwestern region of the country, who is probably going to be serving a two-term after 2023, would your party continue in that light? Or your party, if you can tell Nigerians today, that your party will refashion its own agenda from 2023?
So, like I said earlier, I want to emphasize the fact that at the fullness of time, the People's Democratic Party will decide the zone where its presidential candidate will emerge from. It is not for us as a party to dance to the drum being played by the APC. We will not do that. At the appropriate time,
Mr. Ologbondiyan, apologies to cut in. Apologies to cut in, Mr. Ologbondiyan. This is not, I mean, let's leave the APC out of this. I'm a Nigerian. There are a lot of Nigerians out there. And when your party came up with this zoning arrangement, it was something that was unwritten rule that a lot of people accepted. So you're speaking to Nigerians now. Just leave the APC aside. Talk to Nigerians and give them the trust that your party will follow through with the arrangement that you have set aside. I mean, you have set from 1999.
So we have been consistent as a political party in declaring and in stating very clearly that when the various organs of the People's Democratic Party have met and have reviewed the variables that are necessary to be put into consideration to decide which zone they will take the presidential ticket to, we will come to the public and tell Nigerians this is the direction that we are going. So you must also not forget, because there's no way I can leave out the APC. We are shopping in the same market. So on account of that, there's no way that we won't talk about what APC is doing. APC on its own has its own program on zoning. They have lied to each other that they will rotate between the south and north in the manner in which PDP is operating. They should leave us to our account, and they should face the challenge of fulfilling the promises they made to each other in 2015. That's their concern. That's their worry. For us in the People's Democratic Party, we will consider all the variables. And it's not in the place of the National Public Secretary of the People's Democratic Party to come into the public and declare that this is the direction, until all the organs of the party have met and have taken a decision before we can make such a decision.
We need to wrap up now and touch on the issue in the Southwest, because we had former Governor Ayodele Fayose here in the program, and it does look like his relationship with Governor of Oyo State, Governor Makinde, is not the best as regarding the politics of the PDP in the Southwest. You have moved the Congress of the party to Oshogbo because of the fears that you have in having a smooth Congress. How do you resolve the crisis in the Southwest? The Reconciliation Committee led by former Senate President Bukola Saraki, has it been able to resolve the differences between these two major men?
Thank you, Seun, thank you very much, because you said in the beginning that in politics, if you blink your eye before you open it, a lot of water has passed under the bridge. In the same circumstance, Seun, as we speak, whether at the level of the governors, whether at the level of the Board of Trustees, whether at the level of the Senator Bukola Saraki Reconciliation and Strategic Committee, whether at the level of the National Working Committee, efforts are being made by the second, by the minutes, by the day, by the month, to ensure that we have a harmonized process in the Southwest. And even your reference to the issue of going to Oshogbo is part of the efforts to ensure a seamless and unifying process in the Congress of the Southwest. And I want to assure you that at the end of it all, you will discover that, like rightly said, if you blink your eyes, before you open it, much has passed under the bridge.
All right, we need to close now, but this I need from you in a second. Who is the leader of the PDP in the Southwest?
Today, as we speak, there's no contestation about who is the leader of the Southwest. You see, there are so many misgivings among Nigerians.
All right.
The issue that you are speaking about has nothing to do with who the leader of the Southwest is. There's no argument. Even Governor Fayose has repeatedly said it. He's not contesting the fact that Governor Makinde is the leader in the Southwest. It's not in contestation.
Okay.
There are other issues of contestation within the zone.
We need to go now, Mr. Ologbondiyan, but I must sincerely thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate your time. The spokesperson of the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan.